Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Tanisha's Reading Corner podcast. I am your host, Tanisha. Tanisha's Reading podcast is dedicated to anyone who desires to make reading a daily habit as a form of self-care. To stay updated when a new podcast is uploaded, please subscribe to the channel. In addition, you can find me on Instagram at Tanisha's Reading Corner for many book recommendations and tips and tricks on how to keep reading a daily habit. Let's dive into today's episode. All right. Hello. All right. Welcome back to Tanisha's Reading Corner podcast. As always, please like, subscribe, and share with family and friends. So today's episode is, can reading affect the way that we dream, and can we read in dreams? Interesting. A lot of research says, well, we will find out in a minute. Let's dive in. So, per the episode on the 7 health benefits of reading, one of them was improved sleep. And I will definitely adhere to this. I am someone that suffers from waking up in the middle of the night, not really being able to sleep through the night. And what I found is adding reading, at least like a half hour reading to my bedtime routine, helps in just keeping me asleep throughout the night. So today I'm going to talk about the research behind how that is, why that is. Also, I'm going to talk about the research that shows that we actually can't read while we sleep. And it all has to do with the brain. So let's go. Alright, so the effects that reading can have on the brain. So there are so many positive benefits to reading before bedtime. Let's just review those real quick. Boosting empathy, be able to increase vocabulary. Also be able to prevent diseases that are age-related to reducing our cognition. And also, the benefits of reading, particularly reading before bedtime, is that it eases stress, especially if you read about a half hour before bedtime. It improves your sleep quality. A 2001 online study conducted over social media had 456 participants to read before they went to sleep, and then another 496 participants to not read. After one week, what they've discovered is that 42% of the ones that were reading before bed showed that in fact it did help increase the quality of their sleep, while the other half that did not read before bed, only 28% showed that it helped to increase their sleep. So instead of being on the phone for 30 minutes before sleep, pick up a good book. Also, it can relieve insomnia. So all my participants who suffer from insomnia, reading before bed combined with insomnia treatments is helped to decrease cognitive arousal. So essentially, it's able to de-stress the brain and lull it gently into a nice, easy sleep. And it can promote longer sleep duration. Like I said, I have trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, so reading a short time before bed can help actually to keep you asleep longer. Just as long as you're not spending the whole night reading, that's another problem. And also, experts say that reading to small children, particularly toddlers, helps them as well too. Experts have always encouraged parents to read to the little ones before bed because it helps, just like it helps adults stay in bed and sleep longer. It helps our toddlers as well too. But then the question becomes about e-readers versus actually paper or hardback books. So obviously you're reading with an e-reader, but you're still using the blue light. And 2015 research study shows that blue light, it inhibits our melanin, which is our sleep hormone, and so it just wakes you back up again. So it makes it even harder for you to fall asleep. Also, it decreases your REM sleep. So that REM sleep, that's that really, really good sleep where your eye twitches back and forth while you're sleeping. Obviously, you're not noticing because you're asleep, but that's that really, really good deep sleep that helps us have more energy the next morning. So it's always better to have paper or an audiobook. So an audiobook is actually if you just don't want to pick up a book and read, just listen to an audiobook, and that can lull anyone to sleep. In a good way. Also, research has also shown that depending on the material that you're reading, that can also help to influence your dreams, whether or not they're positive or negative. That's why people always recommend reading a lighter storyline or staying away from things that scare or disgust you or just are dry and dull, because that could affect the quality of your dreams, which would then affect your sleep. Because if you're having nightmares because of what you just read, that's not good. But a bigger question: can you read while you are dreaming? The short answer is no. Actually, you cannot. Because seeing the right side of our brain and the left side of our brain oftentimes communicate very differently. The right side of our brain is the side that controls the reading. The left side of the controls our reading. The left side controls our dreams. And a Harvard University dream expert, professor of psychology, Dr. David Barrett, did research on it, and stated clearly that we cannot read in our dreams, while the sleep language area of our brains is less active, making reading, writing, or even speaking very rare in dreams. Typically, when you think about dreams, that's when I think about my own dreams, it's kind of a telepathy thing, because if I'm engaging with someone, I'm already assuming what they're saying, so I don't actually hear them say it, or I don't actually see their moves say it, but I honestly know what they're thinking. Now that you think about it. Interesting, some kind of inception stuff going on there. Obviously, with all things, this isn't true. It's not 100% true. 99.9% with all things science. There's always that fold of probability that's there. This isn't true for everyone, but for the most part, most people can't read in their dreams. Some can, which is rare, but for the most part, most people cannot. And you know what, on that note, we're going to take a quick little break, do a quick little product promotion, and then we'll be right back, so stay tuned. Ladies of the podcast, did you know that your period is not supposed to hurt? Periods are normal, but the pain should not be. Inflammation occurs naturally on your cycle, but painful periods indicate that the inflammation is higher than it should be. That's where Semaine supplements come in. Semaine PMS supplements comes packed with 9 superpowered plant extracts and minerals. Semaine will not only help to lower your pain levels, but to also support your body naturally from cycle to cycle. For more information, go to their website at Semaine, SEMAINE health.com. Also follow them on Instagram at Semaine Health. Also, listeners of the podcast, when you find a supplement that you like to use, your promo code Tanisha's Reading Corner to get 20% off your first bottle. Again, the promo code Tanisha's Reading Corner to get 20% off your first bottle. Now, let's get back into the episode. Alright, thank you so much for coming back. Now let's dive right back in. So we had just finished up our conversation about why we can't read in dreams. But also, I want to continue a conversation that I started earlier, where it was, what about the choice of books, the genres that we're reading? Can those have an impact on our dreams? Well, a study at the University of Wales in Swansea by Dr. Mark Balgrove studied 10,000 survey formats, different genres, and had people reading just before they went to bed, and this was what the main findings that they found. 58% of people who read before they went to sleep at least reported one vivid lucid dream. People who read fiction stated that they had more vivid and more bizarre dreams than non-fiction readers. Readers who typically read self-help books couldn't really remember their dreams. And honestly, what they found, particularly those of you who like thrillers and psychological thrillers and murder mysteries, that there is no correlation between the things that you read, between that and having nightmares. So that's mainly about the type of foods that you eat. So they say. But yeah, so the main takeaway that I want to get back from this is that Reading before bed has many benefits, and they can have a good effect on the quality of your sleep, stay asleep longer, and they might even have an impact on how you dream as well too. But once you fall asleep, just know that you're not going to be able to read while you are sleeping. Weird, right? But yeah, so you know what? This was a short episode, but it was a good one. I hope you learned a lot today. And just like with all my episodes, I like to end with a quote from an author. Today's author is Neil Gaiman. And it goes, "A book is a dream you hold in your hand." And I shall leave you with that. I thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Tanisha's Reading Corner. We post every Wednesdays. Wherever you get your podcast, please like, rate, review, share with family and friends. And hoping you all a safe rest of your week, and wishing you all good wellness and good reading.